Well, good evening and welcome once again to the good ship Pip Pip. And we are staying in California because yesterday we were at Pebble Beach playing golf, and what a day that was. Anyway, we happen to be just near Santa Barbara in the southern part of the state, and we are specifically in the Santa Rita Hills area, which is part of an area called Santa Ynez, and it's rather unique. It used to be below sea level, and so there's a lot of limestone, and Santa Rita runs east-west, so you get those lovely cool breezes coming off the ocean, and that cools the grapes down. And so Santa Ynez was developed in, I think, the maybe just right before the 70s, when people like Brian Babcock and Richard Sanford and Wes Hagen's family came down there, and it is now home to some of the most iconic wineries that you could imagine. There is Clos Pepe, there is Au Bon Climat, Melville, Almarosa. Sanford and Benedict was an extraordinary vineyard and still is. And other people, Tolosa and Paul Lotto. Anyway, it's mostly Chardonnay, Pinot Noir, and Syrah, but there are some also Rhone-style varietals that are grown there, such as Grenache and Mourvedre. Anyway, so I happen to be visiting with my dear friend, Joe Davis of Arcadian Winery. Now, Joe has been making wine since 1996. His philosophy is to make wines stay and age for as long as possible before you release them. So imagine that this beautiful rosé from the Teresa Noel vineyard in the Santa Rita Hills area is a 2018. And we're in 2020. So let's taste this and see what this tastes like. So, first of all, an absolutely exquisite salmon color. In fact, even deeper than a salmon color. This is aged in neutral oak, which means it has not been used before. Or rather, it has been used before, I'm sorry, but maybe a couple or even maybe 3 times. So there's none of that oaky quality to it, but you do get some lovely softness from a neutral oak. I'm getting a little bit of that wood characteristic there. Nice soft wood and watermelon and a little bit of light cherry and This is an extremely refreshing but very solid rosé of Pinot Noir. I would say this would go very well with pasta and maybe mushrooms. Cremini mushrooms, I would say. Done in butter and garlic and onions, yes. Lovely minerality on that and good body. That's one of the loveliest rosés I've had in quite a while. I say pip pip to the 2018 rosé. Now, Joe Davis is a remarkable man. He worked as winemaker originally for Dan Lee up in Carmel, where we were yesterday. Now, Dan Lee owns Morgan Winery, and Joe was there from 85 to about 94, so a good long time. He was the first winemaker. Then he went to a little place called Dujac in Burgundy, a very famous family. Then he came back and started making wine for Bernardus Winery. And if you happen to be out in Carmel Valley, there's a fabulous tasting room and a most beautiful resort there. But then in 96, Joe decided to make his own wine. He moved south down to the Santa Barbara area and is now making his own wine under Arcadian. Now, what we're tasting here is the Clos Pepe vineyard, which was managed and run by Wes Hagen, who was one of the pioneers and winemaker of the year. So this is the Clos Pepe. This is a 2012 Chardonnay, and once again, this is all neutral oak. 4 years in the barrel, so I can imagine it's going to have a lot of vanilla and softness to it. Let's just see. Oh my goodness, that is absolutely so luscious. There's a little bit of pineapple. I definitely get pineapple and lovely, soft, sensual banana and overripe apple in this. This is an absolutely stunning Chardonnay. I think I'm going to have this with maybe some, I would say, salmon or maybe even chicken. This is delicious and a lovely mineral quality to it. I say pip pip to Arcadian Winery. And thank you, Joe Davis, for your incredible hospitality once again. Now, today is Thursday, and I thought I would just let you know that I have to go in for a very minor procedure. It's nothing too serious. It's not the lobotomy that many people say I need, but I will be back with you on Sunday evening. So, in the meantime, from Arcadian in Santa Rita Hills, and the good ship Pip Pip, Pip Pip. That's really exceptional. Yes, absolutely.